Okay, real talk. Have you ever sat down at a table? Someone pulls out a deck of cards. Everybody else gets super hyped. And you're just sitting there like, I have no idea what's happening right now. Yeah, we've all been there. And today, that ends. Because by the time this video is over, you're going to walk into any room, sit down at any Spades table, and actually know what you're doing. What if I told you that Spades, one of the most popular card games in America, a game people argue about, trash talk over, and play at every single cookout, family reunion, and dorm room on the planet, can actually be learned in 10 minutes? Not just learned, like actually understood. Rules, strategy, bidding, trump cards, all of it. And we're going to keep it stupid simple. No jargon, no confusion. Just you, me, and a deck of cards. Let's go. All right, so first things first. What even is Spades? Spades is a card game. Specifically, it's what's called a trick-taking game. And I know, that sounds fancy, but it's not. It basically just means every player puts down one card, and whoever plays the strongest card wins that little pile. That's a trick. Simple as that. You and a partner try to win as many of those little piles as you can. 4 players total, 2 teams of 2. Here's what you need to play. 1 standard deck of cards, 52 cards, the kind you can buy literally anywhere for like $2. 4 players, that's it. One person deals out every single card, one at a time, going around the table, until everybody's holding 13 cards. 13 each. 4 players times 13 equals, yep, all 52. And here's the big rule. You do not show your cards to anyone. Not your partner, not your opponent. Your hand is your secret. Guard it like a treasure map. Oh, real quick before we go deeper. If you're new here, welcome to How Games Work, where we break down every kind of game, board game, card game, party game, in the simplest way possible. No fluff, no 10-page rulebooks, just clear, easy explanations so you can actually play. If that sounds good to you, smash that subscribe button right now and drop a like on this video. It seriously helps more people find us. Okay, back to Spades, because here's where it gets interesting. Okay, so here's where most first-timers get confused, and I totally get it. This part threw me off too. Before anyone plays a single card, everyone at the table has to make a bid. A bid is just a number. You look at your cards and you say, I think I can win this many tricks this round. Maybe you say 2, maybe you say 4. You go around the table, everybody says a number, and your team's numbers get added together. That's your team's bid, the number of tricks you promised you'd win. Now here is the rule that makes or breaks the game. If your team bid 5 tricks, you need to win at least 5. Win fewer than that, your team loses points. Big ones. That's called being set, and let me tell you, nobody at that table will let you forget it. But here's the sneaky other side. If you win way more tricks than you bid, those extra tricks are called bags, and bags pile up. Collect 10 bags over the game, and bam, your team loses 100 points. So winning too many tricks is actually bad too. The sweet spot is hitting your bid, or just going 1 or 2 over. Oh, and there's one wild bid you should know about. It's called nil. Nil means you're betting you'll win 0 tricks, not 1, 0. Pull it off, your team gets 100 bonus points. Mess it up and win even 1 trick, your team loses 100 points. It's the highest risk, highest reward move in the whole game. Some people live for it, some people never try it. Most beginners should probably not go there yet. Just saying. Okay, now let's talk about actually playing the game. This is where it all clicks. One person starts by putting a card face down, face up, in the middle of the table. Whatever suit that is, everyone else has to play a card of that same suit if they have one. You go around, 4 cards hit the table, and whoever played the highest card of that suit wins the trick. They grab those 4 cards, stack them up in front of them, and lead the next trick. That's basically all it is, except for the spades. Here's the twist that makes Spades the game it is. If you don't have any cards in the suit that was led, like you've got no hearts left, you can play a spade instead. And a spade beats everything. I'm talking a 2 of spades beats an ace of hearts. The lowest spade in the deck can take out the highest card of any other suit. Spades are the trump suit. They're the boss. They override everything else on the table. This is why the game is called Spades. That little spade symbol runs the whole show. But, and this is a big but, you can't just throw out a spade whenever you feel like it. There's a rule called breaking spades. At the start of each round, spades are locked. You can play a spade if you have no other choice, like you're out of the suit that was led. Once that happens, spades are officially broken, and now anyone can lead with a spade on their turn. Until then, you gotta hold 'em. This rule creates this whole layer of tension. You're watching the table, waiting, wondering, when are the spades gonna drop? Alright, let's talk score. After all 13 tricks are played, you count up how many each team won. Here's the simple math. If your team made your bid, you get 10 points for every trick you bid. So bid 5, win 5, that's 50 points. Each extra trick above your bid, 1 bonus point. But remember, those are bags. Miss your bid, you lose 10 points per trick bid. So miss a bid of 5 and you're down 50. Most games go to 500 points. First team there wins. Simple. Okay, here are some quick tips so your first game doesn't end in disaster. Tip 1. Count your sure wins. When you pick up your hand, look for cards that are almost definitely going to win. Ace of spades, king of spades, ace of any suit. Build your bid around those. If you're not sure a card will win, don't bid on it. Tip 2. Don't overbid. This is the #1 beginner mistake. It feels exciting to say a big number, but getting set, losing those points, is brutal. When you're not sure, go a little lower. Your partner will thank you. Tip 3. Your bid is a message to your partner. You can't talk about your cards, but your bid tells your partner something. Bid high, and they know you're holding strong cards. Bid low, and they know to carry the weight. It's a secret language built into the rules. Tip 4. Pay attention to what's been played. If someone can't follow suit and throws out a spade instead, that means they're out of that suit. Remember that. Write it in your brain. It'll let you predict who can and can't win certain tricks later in the round. And tip 5. Save your spades. Seriously, your spades are your most powerful cards. Don't waste them early just to win a trick you didn't even need. Save them for when the bid is on the line, when one trick is the difference between winning and getting set. A well-timed spade? That's how legends are made at the card table. Okay, so let's wrap this whole thing up in one clean summary so it all clicks together. Okay, lightning recap. Here's everything we just learned. 4 players, 2 teams, 52 cards, 13 each. Before the round, everyone bids how many tricks they think they'll win. Tricks are won by playing the highest card of the led suit, or by playing a spade, which beats everything. Hit your bid, you get points. Miss your bid, you lose points. Collect 10 bags and you lose 100 points. Game goes to 500. And spades can't be led until they've been broken. That's spades. You've got it. And that is how you play spades. Your first few games might be a little rough. You might overbid, forget about bags, accidentally lead with a spade too early. That's fine. That's how everyone learns. But now you've got the foundation. Now you can sit down at that table and actually hold your own. If this helped you, drop a comment below. Tell me what game you want me to break down next. Seriously, I read all of them. Share this with that one friend who never knows the rules. Hit the like button. Subscribe to How Games Work. New game every week. I'll see you in the next one.